And what are we up to today on the Zambo television? We're going to have a little drive. Is this Shettleston? Is this Shettleston? Oh, have I just blown it? I think I have. Now, what is it I like about here? It's the tenement buildings on the left hand side. I think they're absolutely beautiful. It's Tollcross, isn't it? The Tollcross Park on the right, and those beautiful tenement buildings on the left. So I think this is a magical street in Glasgow. On the right again we have some wonderful old Victorian mansions. So I can only imagine if we took the cars off the street and put in some old lampposts, this would be what Glasgow looked like back in its heyday, when the city was awash with money and they could build an entire grid network across the city from the ground up. I've said it before in my videos, the reason there's not many buildings predating the Victorian era, where Glasgow had so much money during the Industrial Revolution, they managed to be able to bulldoze everything and rebuild the city from the ground up. So the next one we're coming up to is Parkhead Cross, which is supposed to be one of the best preserved crosses in Glasgow, due to not too many of the buildings being knocked down. It's so difficult, isn't it? The building on the right hand side, just here, they've actually used red brick and tried to make it look quite tenement-ish. Pull over here for a little sec. One of my favourite boozers in the town. Let's have a look at that. Can you read that? The Paradise Bar. Welcome to Paradise in Glasgow, Scotland. Again, it's a fabulous old building. So let's continue our journey and we'll have a look at Parkhead Cross. Oh, there's Mrs. Cheeky Chops. Unfortunately, I don't think there's any place I can park about here to try to get a decent look at it. Well, that's a nightmare, isn't it? Should I pull over and we can have a look? Oh God, that's pretty shocking driving, eh? You're driving shocking, Philip. Right, anyway, it's worth it. I need to jump out to see if I'm going to hit the car behind me. Give me 2 seconds, YouTube land. I'm 100 miles away from it. Right. My wife's got a modern car and it's got all the cameras and all this type of stuff. Right, so let's go and have a look. Or if you're Scottish, a wee look at Parkhead Cross. Oh. Most of the buildings in this area were built to service a massive steelworks. That was once where the Parkhead Forge was. Is that the city crest? Can we see any bells, birds, fishes or trees in that? I think we can. But it's a beautiful building, isn't it? Interestingly enough as well, when they were building the tenements, the red sandstone buildings were built first. The sandstone came from a quarry in the south side of Glasgow. When they used it all up, they built a railway network, and that's when they started bringing in the blonde sandstone. So any blonde sandstone buildings or tenements in the city are newer, they're older, they're newer. It's a much simpler design as well. Look at that building. It's stunning, absolutely beautiful. The Victorians had so much money, they didn't know what to do with it. Yeah, amazing. So it's an old bank. Beautiful crest in front of it as well. Look at these. It's Gothic almost, isn't it? Absolutely stunning. Beautiful. And the one behind me. Let's get a better look at that and zoom out a bit. You can smell it, can't you? Victorian cash. That looks, well, I'm spitballing again, I've not done any research, but that almost looks Art Deco, that little add-on outside. Check that out. Isn't that just beautiful? Zooming in that one. So Parkhead Cross, a hidden gem in Glasgow's East End. And you can see the real continuity between the buildings. That thing's just stunning. Zoom out again. That thing's just stunning. There's an old saying, if you want to see Glasgow, look up. You can only imagine what it'd be like in Victorian era, eh? The hustle and bustle. Yeah, amazing. Absolutely amazing. Parkhead possibly suffered a massive blow when, like the rest of Scotland and the rest of the city, when the steel mills all closed down. You know, the whole area was built to service the Parkhead Forge. I can't remember the name. I've did videos on it before. I can't remember the name of the family that were behind it, but if you're a Glasgow fan, or a Glasgow film, like I am, this stuff looks priceless, isn't it? You take it for granted, you know, but my goodness. The city was a Victorian and Edwardian jewel. And on that note, I'm going to hang up. So I arrived from Tollcross to Parkhead. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.